Well, salamullahi alaikum wa rahmatuhu wa barakatuh. How are you all, my dear sisters? I hope you are doing well. Well, today we are going to continue our journey with Tajweed. We did start the chapter of the characteristics of the Arabic letters. And we did explain that they are divided into two groups. Groups with opposites, and they are 4 in numbers, and those are binary characteristics, which means that each Arabic letter must have one of each. And we said that each Arabic letter must have at least 4 characteristics. They are the characteristics of the group with opposites, which are number 1, hams and jahr, apparent against whispering. Number 2, it's shidda, rakhawa, and bayniya, strength, softness, and in between. Number 3, إستعلاء and istifal, and this is what we are going to talk about today, inshallah. إستعلاء and against istifal, or elevation against lowering. Number 4, إطباق and انفتاح. Okay? And we said that second group, it is a group without opposites, and they are 8 in numbers, and they are characteristics of some Arabic letters, not all the Arabic letters, okay? And we said that the Arabic letters, which had the biggest number of characteristics, it's the letter Ra, because it has 6 characteristics. 4 from the group of characteristics with opposites, and 2 from characteristics without opposites, which are al-inhiraf and at-tikrar. Okay? We explained the first and the second characteristics of the group with opposites, hams and jahr, shidda, rakhawa, bayniya. And today, inshallah, we are going to start istila and istifal, or hiring and lowering. Okay? Let's share the book with you. Well, my dear sisters, the Arabic letters, when I talk about elevation or hiring, let's say elevation and lowering, we are talking about the direction of the sound. Kindly pay attention. We are talking about the direction of the sound. The direction of the sound of the Arabic letter. If this sound, when I pronounce it, the sound directed to the roof of the mouth, to the dome of the palate, or it doesn't higher or elevated to the dome of the palate. This or that. When in Arabic letter, we have 7 letters, which are the letters of elevation or the letters of istila. Istila, it means that the sound rises to the roof of the mouth when pronouncing them. Like, pa, try it with me. Pa, ba, pa, ra. In Arabic, we don't say ah. No, we direct the sound of line to the top of the mouth or the dome of the palate. We say ra, va, ta. Those are the letters of elevation. They are 7 in numbers, okay? And they are gathered in this sentence. خص ضغط قذ. خص ضغط قذ. The rest of the Arabic letters, they are lowered letters. As we've said, those are binary characteristics. So what we did say here, we are going to say totally the opposite here. So when we pronounce any lowered letter, the sound does not rise towards or to the roof of the mouth. It descends outside of the mouth, okay? So when we pronounce any lowered or mustafil letter, the sound doesn't rise to the roof of the mouth or the dome of the palate. That's why we call them lowered or mustafila. Okay? Like, for example, ba, ma, na. I don't say na. In Arabic, we don't say na. We say na. La, not wa. Except with lam and alif and ra, they have special occasion because lam sometimes it could be pronounced like this if it is the lam of the word of Allah the Almighty. This we'll take inshallah next Sunday. Okay? So, for example, we can say ta, ta, not ta, ta, ta. The sound doesn't rise towards the roof of the mouth, not ta, ta. The sound, I directed the sound toward the roof of the mouth. No, I do not. You control the direction of the sound, by the way. You are the one who is controlling this. Everything explained in Tajweed, you are controlling. Otherwise, it will be impossible for you to deal with it. And Allah will never do anything difficult for people. And this is how Arabs did. How they were pronouncing the Arabic letters. Okay, the scholars, they are the ones who studied how the Arabs, the pure Arabs, underline pure Arabs, were pronouncing the letters. Okay, but when Quran was revealed, it was revealed by the language of the Arab, pure Arab. It doesn't have which in other words, angel Jibreel, when he descended the Quran upon the heart of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, may peace, blessing of Allah be upon him. He didn't give him or tell him the book of Quran. This is the Quran and this is the Tajweed. No, it was the pure Arabic. And then the scholars began to study how they were pronouncing each letter. Okay, this is very important to understand. So this is very logic. Okay, let's read this from the book of Dr. Ayman Swaid. Okay, so elevation, الإستعلاء, and lowering, الإستفال, the Arabic letters according to the direction of sound. Here we are talking about the direction of sound. They are divided, the Arabic letters, into two groups: elevated, مستعلية, and lowered, مستفلة. Elevated, the sound rises to the roof of the mouth when pronouncing them, and they are gathered in this sentence: خصة, ضغط, قذ, and they are 7 in numbers. They are 7 in numbers. Okay. The rest of the Arabic letters, which are going to be the Arabic letters, how many they are? Remind me. Yes, 29. They are going to 29 minus 7. So the rest is going to be how much? 22, yes? So the rest 22 letters are lowered letters. Lowered letter, the sound does not rise to the roof of the mouth when pronouncing them, and they are the rest of the letters. Okay? Okay. Now, let's see a chart to explain about an elevated letter and a lowered letter, to know the difference between them, between an elevated musta'ali letter and lowered letter, mustafil letter. When we pronounce the qaf, we take the qaf as example for an elevated letter, musta'ali letter, and the kaf for a lowered letter or mustafil letter. When we pronounce the qaf, qa, try it with me kindly. Qa, qa, qa. The sound rises to the roof of the mouth or the dome of the palate. This area, let me have a pen. I need a pen here. Okay. This area, this is the roof of the mouth. This area, all this, okay? This is the roof of the mouth. okay, or the dome of the palate. Both are correct. So when I pronounce the qaf, qa, the sound rises to the roof of the mouth or the dome of the palate. That's why it's called elevated or mustali. While when I pronounce the kaf, no, ka, I don't say ka. In Arabic, I do not say ka. If I say ka, so the sound will be directed to the roof of the mouth. In Arabic, kaf, the letter kaf is a lower letter, mustafil letter. Okay? So ka, so the sound does not rise to the roof of the mouth like with qaf. That's why qaf is elevated, musta'li, and kaf is a lowered, mustafil. Okay? So when I talk about elevation, istila, and lowering, istifal, I'm talking about the direction of the sound. I'm talking about the direction of the sound. Okay. Okay. Come back to me. Okay. What is the outcome of the direction of the sound? What the difference will be? Because we said when we explained about the characteristics in the first session that characteristics of the Arabic letter, they are the ones which will affect the sound of the letter. They are the characteristics which will affect the sound of the letter. Okay, so if the sound, the sound is directed to the roof of the mouth, or it's not, it doesn't direct it to the roof of the mouth, if there will be any difference, any difference will happen? Of course, yes. There will be difference. What is the difference, my dear sisters? Imagine, and here I'm going to use the example of Dr. Ayman Swaid, may Allah bless him. Imagine, and what I'm going to say now, it's pure physics. It's science. It's not tajweed. Imagine that you are in a room, and this room has a dome, okay? And you are talking, and you are directing your sound to the dome of this room. What will happen? What will happen? There will be an echo. Yes, because in a room with a dome, okay, and this room, it's empty, nothing inside, okay, only the floor and the dome, okay. I'm directing my sound to the dome, so the sound will rise to the dome and come back and go up and come back, go up, come back, and this is what makes the echo to happen. Echo in phonetics, they call it that the echo make this letter have a kind of fattening. This is in phonetics. In tajweed, we say this echo will make this sound mufaham, or heavy sound, or full mouth letter. While the opposite, if I am in a room with a dome and I'm directing my sound to be outside in one direction, I'm not directing the sound to the roof of the mouth. So there will be no echo. From where will come the echo? Because the sound directed outside of the room. So in phonetics, they call the letter will have a kind of thinning. In tajweed, we are calling this tarqiq, muraqqaq, light letter, or empty mouth letter. Okay? I hope that this is clear. Let's share this. I want to share a video with you. because this will help us to understand about this point, about تفخيم and ترقيقة, or heaviness and lightness, because this is the outcome of استعلاء and استفال, elevation and lowering. Okay? Okay. Well, first, before I share the video with you, I want you to see this chart. When I pronounce the qaf, it's heavy letter. The sound is directed to the roof of the mouth. Yes, yes, because it's an elevated letter, مستعلية letter. And we explained about the room. The mouth is like the room, and the dome of the palate like the dome of the room. Same. So when I pronounce a heavy letter, the sound is directed to the roof of the mouth or the dome of the palate, this area, as I explained before. Okay? So the sound is directed towards the roof. So go up, come back, go up, come back, go up, come back. And this is what, and this is what called the echo to be happened. And this will cause the letter to have a kind of fattening. This is the term in phonetics, and in tajweed is the letter become mufakham or heavy letter. It is the only thing happened when I pronounce elevated letter. Remember, I keep saying two things we would do when we pronounce any mufakham letter. Think. I will give you 2 seconds. Exactly. Epiglottis. Epiglottis is moved backwards. So the throat will be narrow. And this will help the sound to be mufakham, to be heavy. Dr. Ayman explained this with a very good example, mashallah. I will try to translate it to you. He said, imagine a hose pipe. You know hose pipe? And you're using it, and you leave the end of the hose pipe relaxed. So the water will go up, will go out, and then it will descend directly. But if you narrow the end of the hose pipe, you make it narrow, so the water will be pushed far away. Yes? If you narrow the hose pipe, the water will be pushed far away. Yes? And will be very strong. Not like when he just go out nicely and quietly because the opening is opened. It is the same. When the epiglottis returned or moved backward, so the throat becomes narrow. When, I will repeat, when the epiglottis is moved backward, when I pronounce any heavy letter, the throat will become narrow. So this will make the sound pushed far away to the roof and be strong like the water. All this is physics, by the way. What I want you to know, tajweed, it's logic, it's math, it's physics, it's nothing just like this strange or no. That's why always I ask you, kindly understand tajweed. Do not memorize. Yes, there is some point we are going to memorize, like the sentence of the letters of tafkhim, some point. But in general, you have to understand. It's logic. It's science. Okay? Let's read from the book of Dr. Ayman Swaid. Tafkhim, it is a fattening that occurs to the letter so that the mouth gets filled with its echo as a result of the narrowing of the throat and the rise of the sound of the letter up to the dome of the palate, which is the outcome of al-istila or elevation. تفخيم or heavy, it's the outcome of elevation or استعلاء. التفخيم, it's the outcome of الاستعلاء. As I told you always, kindly know the main or the big names or the big title in Arabic, because translation in English, we have too many translations. So you know that word of مفخم, مرقق, مستعلي, مستفل, but under the explanation could be in any language, no problem. Anyway, we translate it, but it's very important to know the Arabic terms. The Arabic terms, okay? So this is about تفخيم. Fine. About ترقيق is going to be totally the opposite. Those are binary. Remember this word. Binary, that means that they are opposite, against each other. Either this or that. Okay. About ترقيق is going to be the opposites, my dear sisters. Opposites directly. The letter doesn't rise. This is the calf again. This is the calf. When I pronounce the calf, the sound, as we said, doesn't rise to the roof of the mouth. It descends. That's why there will be no echo. From where will come the echo? Here with qaf, yes, I have echo because the sound is directed to the roof. So go on, come back, go, come back. So here I have echo. But here from where the echo will come? It doesn't rise towards the roof of the mouth or the dome of the palate. It goes outside, so or it descends. The sound descends. So there is no echo. So the letter will be مرقق, will be light, or empty mouth letter, different translations. Okay? Arabic term, مرقق. This is number one. Number two, what's happened to the epiglottis? Look here, my dear sister, and make a comparison between here and here. Here, the epiglottis moved backward, so the throat is narrow. Like this. Like this? No. With مرقق letter, the epiglottis remains where it is. So the throat is wide. So the sound moves nicely, quietly. Remember always, it's like the house pipe. Okay? Let's read about ترقيق from the book. ترقيق, it is a thinning. Over there, it was fattening. And those are the terms of the phonetics. It is a thinning that occurs to the letters, so that the mouth is not filled with its echo, because the throat does not get narrow and the sound of the letter does not rise up to the dome of the palate. This is the outcome of استفال. So تفخيم and ترقيق, they are the outcomes of استعلاء and استفال. Fine. Let's watch a video. I think it will make everything easier, inshallah. Okay. I want okay. Yeah. We're going to watch a video to letter qaf to see how it's a مفخم letter, okay? You see what's happening when we pronounce qaf? You see the sound goes up, rise towards the roof of the mouth, and there is return back. So this is echo. You see? So this is what will happen when we pronounce the qaf. The sound rises toward the roof of the mouth, and then come back, and then go up, come back. So the mouth is filled with the echo of the sound. That's why this sound becomes مفخم, heavy sound, because of the echo. Okay, I will play it again. You see? Okay, very good. This is regarding qaf. Now we are going to see kaf. There's a very good question. Why Dr. Ayman did choose qaf and kaf? Why doesn't he choose sod and, for example, ha, for example? Think for 2 seconds. Why? Yeah, because they are shared, because they have they are their articulation point are so nearby, so near. The qaf is from the back of the tongue or the farthermost part of the tongue with the soft palate. Yes? And kaf from the farthermost part of the tongue or the back of the tongue with the area in between hard palate and soft palate. You remember? Never ever kindly forget makharij. Never ever kindly forget any rule. Any rule. Tajweed like math. From since you study number 1 until you study algebra and everything is related, and never ever forget anything. This is the kaf. You see? I will repeat it to you. You see, the sound descends. The sound descends, does not rise to the roof of the mouth. That's why it's mustafil letter, and that's why it's muraqaq letter, because the mouth will not be filled with its echo. There is no echo. Here, there is no echo. There is no echo, okay? And the epiglottis remain where it is. 2 things. There is no echo here, and the epiglottis remain where it is. So the throat doesn't get narrow like the house, like the house pipe. Okay? It's not difficult, wallah. It's not difficult, trust me. It's only need to concentrate. Need to concentrate. Well, my dear sisters, we did say that مفخم letter becomes مفخم or heavy or full mouth because of the echo which happened inside the mouth and the epiglottis position. Yes? Okay. Now we have a very good question. If the echo will be the same if I pronounce a heavy letter with fatha, like with dhamma, like with kasra, like with sukoon, it will be the same. The echo will be the same. Of course not. Why not? Because simply, now again we are talking scientifically or physically point of view. If you look to those charts here, the first chart explains when I'm pronouncing a heavy letter with a fatha. The tongue will be in this position. Back of the tongue is higher. There is a curvature in the middle part of the tongue, okay? When with dhamma, it will be like this. Back of the tongue, it will be a little bit higher, and there is, the lips are circled forward. While with kasra, it will be like this. Middle part of the tongue will be higher and lower, the lower jaw. Yes? And remember the shape of the tongue when I pronounce the fatha with a heavy letter or the natural mad alif with a heavy letter, not like when I pronounce the fatha or the natural mad alif with a light letter. This will be explained inshallah next week. What's important here? This is the shape when we pronounce heavy letter. It would be like this: back of the tongue, higher, and there is a curvature in the middle part of the tongue. I said, or our scholars said that the echo will not be the same because scientifically the area of echo here is bigger than the area of echo here, bigger than here. This is scientific, not tajweed. More echo I have, if I have more space, I will have more echo. More echo, it means more tafkhim, more mufakham letter, more heavy letter. Less space, you see the space, the empty space here, less than here. Less space equal less echo equal less tafkhim, less heaviness. Here it's the least. So the least space equal least tafkhim equal least space equal least echo equal least tafkhim. Okay, or least heaviness. So that means I need my pen. Where it is? Yes. So that means that when I pronounce, this is science. We saw now, we saw the area here is bigger. The empty area here, the echo here is more because the empty area is more. So that means that when I pronounce a heavy letter with fatha, the heaviness will be bigger than when I pronounce a heavy letter with dhamma, and this with dhamma is going to be bigger than when I pronounce a heavy letter with kasra. This is scientific. When I pronounce qa, not like qu, not like qi. There is a difference in the levels of tafkhim. There are levels in the there are difference in the levels of heaviness or tafkhim. With fatha more than with dhamma, and with dhamma is more than with fatha. And this is the first school of thoughts regarding the different levels of tafkhim. It is the school of thought of Ibn al-Tahan, who died 561 after Hijrah. He said that letters with fatha they will have more tafkhim than letters with dhamma. This is the second level, and the third level they are the letters with kasra. Okay, he didn't mention about sukoon. There is a scholar called Al-Mitwalli. He was the head of the Egyptian reciters. He died around 130 years ago. He added to this school of thoughts, he added the sukoon, and he said the sukoon is considered to have the short vowel or the haraka of the preceding letters. What does this mean? Let's go and see about this. Well, the first school of thoughts, as I told you, it is the school of thought of Ibn Tahan. He said the first level, it is the one with fatha in general. Like qad, qal. Second level, the one with dhamma, like yaqul, yaqul. Third level, it is the one with kasra, qil, qil. So the mufakham letter with kasra have the least degree of tafkhim. As for the second letter, it is considered to have the haraka or the short vowel of the preceding letter. And this was added by Al-Imam Al-Mitwalli or Shaykh Al-Mitwalli, who died around 130 years ago. And he was the head of the Egyptian reciters. This part was his act. It's not of Ibn Tahan. Ibn Tahan, he just explained about those three levels only. He didn't mention the ساكن. And Dr. Swaid, Ayman Swaid said that this is not really very precise, very accurate, because Mitwalli, the scholar, Mitwalli, he considered the second letter considered to have the haraka or the short vowel of the preceding letter, which means that it will be different. Let me read those, recite those words. يقطعون سقناه شقوتنا. He considered that those second letters considered to have the short vowel of the preceding letter. And this is really not accurate. Not accurate. Because no, there's no difference. If I say yaqa, it's equal to suq, equal to shiq. The haraka or the short vowel of the preceding letter of second mufakham letter does not affect the sound. But this is, anyway, this is the first school of thoughts. The second school of thoughts, which we follow, because this is more accurate, and it's not that difference regarding sukun only. Here he said he said the one with fatha, he make them equal if it's with fatha and followed by natural mad alif. The second school of thought, it is the school of thought of Ibn al-Jazari. He died 833 after Hijrah. Of course, I write the dates because I do not remember the dates. Okay, Ibn al-Jazari, he made the level more detailed and mashallah and great. He said that the first level, it is the one with fatha, and he differentiate between the one with fatha only and the one this is the first one, between the one with fatha and the one followed with fatha but followed by an alif. He didn't make them in the same level. So he said, number one, Ibn al-Jazari, regarding the levels of tafkhim of the إستعلاء letters, he said that the highest is the one with the fatha followed by an alif, like قال. Because simply, if I say قد and قال, if I say قال, my dear sisters, I need a pen and my pen. If I say قال here, the echo has more time to feel it, because I have the time of fatha 1 count and then natural mad alif 2 counts, 3 counts. So ha, I feel it. The echo have a time more. While with qad, it's only the time of fatha. So this is more accurate, and this is the one which we follow. So the highest degree of tafkhim, it is the one with fatha followed by alif. Second, the one with the fatha not followed by an alif, qad. The third is the one with dhamma, yaqul. Fourth, the one with a sukoon, like yaqta'un, suqnahu, shiqwatuna. They are equal here, no difference. Okay? The fifth and the one with the kasra, like qil. This is the least degree of the tafkhim. Okay? Inshallah, it's not difficult. Inshallah, it's not difficult. Anyway, this is the end of our tajweed lesson today. I hope it was easy. Inshallah, it's easy. Ask for the help of Allah and everything will be just great. Salamullahi alaykum wa rahmatuhu wa